friends, this is Jamie. I want to welcome you to my channel. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Today I have my completed pages video for you. I didn't do one in January because I kind of didn't have time towards the end of January, and then before I knew it, it was like the middle of February, and I was like, oh, we'll just put them together. I didn't have that much to show in January anyway. So yeah, I was like, okay, we'll just do them together. And I figured gives you guys more to watch, and I really didn't do that much in February, so it works. This is my coloring planner / journal that I've had for a while. And back in January, you can see kind of how I set it up. The pencils of the month were the Colour watercolor, the Derwent coloursoft, the Mitsubishi Uni, and the Colourblend Spectrum Noir. And I did a total of 11, and 2 of these are still whips. I didn't finish them. And I did 2 digital colorings. So this is where I've written down some project books, but here's my stats on January. So 9 completed pages, 2 whips, Buddy Colors 0, Color Your Horde 4. And then in February, since I didn't get a chance to use my Colour watercolor pencils, I moved them to February, and I didn't get to use the Mitsubishi Unis, so I moved them to February. But I had 2 new ones, the Schpirerr Farben and the Cezanne pencils, and I'll kind of go over my thoughts on what I used. And I completed a total of 10, and I actually have 1 whip, but I didn't write it down because it was literally a whip of the last minute whip. Yeah. But I'm hoping I can finish it in March, and then I can just add it to the March completed. I thought for sure I was going to get a lot done, so I added this extra sleeve, but it didn't happen. And then these are my project books. I have all of them written down, and I worked in 3 of them. And these were all the books that I pulled that were of interest of wanting to color in. And I colored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these were my buddy colors. And I got done the Dragon Dreams one. And the Rita Berman page is the one that I have as a whip. And I'll show you what I do have done. And then these other 2 I'll just move into March. Completed pages 10, Buddy Colors 2, Color Your Horde 3, and I did 4 YouTube videos this month. So it's kind of like my little stats pages. So I can just kind of show you real fast, not spend too much time on that. And then I'm going to pull up my iPad here so you can see. I'm trying to make it so that I can lay it flat. Okay. So, in my Good Notes app, all right. So this is my colored pencil thoughts, and what I'm doing is selecting different brands each month and then coloring with them and kind of getting a feel for what I like and what I don't like. And if I don't like them or don't use them, then later I will get rid of them. I use the Derwent coloursoft, Spectrum Noir Colourblend. I actually need to put a check mark on these 3 as well because I use those in February. but I still haven't used the Colored watercolor. Right here in January, you can see, let me see if I can zoom in. I just don't want you guys to get a glare. For the Spectrum Noir, I felt that the pigment quality was just not the highest, but just a regular smiley face. In their wax base pencils, I thought they had a smooth laydown. It doesn't have, they're not great for layering, and I was lacking in color options because they all come in separate tins and they're hard to get, and I don't have that many of them, so that's why I had said that. They work great in Japanese and Korean books. Love the feel after a page is colored. So after I colored with them in one of those books, I just liked feeling the page after. It felt so glossy feeling and smooth. So I really like the after effect on that. There's a hair right there that's bugging me. The Derwent Coloursoft is wax based, and I gave it just a little smiley, not the full, because I didn't feel like it deserved the full. They're very soft and they blend well. They can take a few layers, but not tons, not like a polychromos. I wish there were more colors in the Coloursoft range. The sharp tips break easy, so if you sharpen them to a really fine point, they break easily. And these particular pencils get eaten up by your pencil sharpener because of its extremely soft core. And that's just an unfortunate side effect. They work beautiful on nice papers, and you need like blender mediums like Gamasol or Zestit or things like that on an Amazon paper with these particular pencils. But if you're just coloring over markers, you should be fine. So that's kind of my feelings on those pencils in January. For February, one second. There. I didn't use the Colored watercolor pencils, so I'll have to do that in March. But let's go down to the Mitsubishi Unis. All right, Mitsubishi Unis. I feel like they feel like a high dollar pencil. They're very thick, like a polychromos. It does not take a lot of layers. Blends are decent. So it is a layering pencil, but you can't get as many layers out of it as a polychromos. But you can get more layers than the like budget-friendly pencil. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. I didn't give it a high performance because I felt like you can't just color straight and get high pigment quality. You have to layer it a little bit to get the high pigment. It's a wax-based pencil. Sharpens to a great fine point, and they don't break easily. And the barrel is comparable to polychromos, of course. The case is very unique. As you can see right here, this is what the case looks like, and the little things come down. It's unique, but it's not easy to access the pencils. It's very large and bulky. It probably takes up your whole desk. So if you want to get these pencils, I would consider getting a more practical storage solution. Has a hard time on smooth paper, like Rita Berman is very smooth, but does well on paper with texture. It did really well with my Amazon paper, and it did well in my Maria Trolle books. So that's kind of an idea of what you're looking at with the Mitsubishi Unis. Schpirerr Farben. Sorry. Those are oil-based, and I didn't give them the top notch. I just gave them just the regular smiley. Great color range, unique color names. The pencils have unique color names in this. which is just fun. Layers pretty well. Start with light layers and then build up. You can get pretty good blends with this. I don't think I write down on the bottom. Great over Amazon paper, does great over marker, both alcohol and water base. Good weight to pencil, blends well, works well with other pencils. And this particular pencil does great on Amazon paper. I didn't write it down, but just want to let you know. Oh, right there. I said great over Amazon paper. Sorry about that. And then the last one was the Cezanne pencils. They look like that, if you're curious. And what I'll do is the 4 pencils, or the pencils that I review, or basically review for the month, I'll put them in the link below if I have links on Amazon for them, in case you're interested. The Cezanne pencils are more of a budget-friendly pencil. They're wax-based. I do think for a budget-friendly, they're a pretty good pencil. Love the blues and turquoise, wide range of purples. I think that's a very unique thing. A lot of times I don't get very many purples in my sets, and a lot of don't get very many turquoise options. This one does have good turquoise options. It is a thinner, lightweight pencil, and I found myself what I call death gripping the barrel, where I'm like holding really tight. And I think it's because I wanted that pigment to be really high, but it really did not need me to death grip. Maybe it's just because it was so lightweight and I wasn't used to it between these other pencils. I'm not sure. These are wax-based. You can burn through these pencils quickly. And I think it's because it's a thinner barrel, lightweight. But for a budget pencil, that's really great because, you know, you don't have to be afraid to sharpen your pencil. It works great on all types of paper. I used it in Japanese, Asian print books. I used it in Amazon print books. I've used it on over paper, like with marker. It worked good on all of them. And this pencil actually surprised me how much I enjoyed using them with the color payout. I would highly recommend the Cezanne pencils. So yeah, those are the pencils that I pretty much did for the last 2 months. And then I'm gonna show you, I need to fix my zoom. All right, sorry about that. So the pages that I had colored in my Procreate, first I colored this page, which is, it's a fox page. And I believe it was Lendl Art is the PDF that I bought a long time ago. And since I had the theme for fox for the month of January, for the wild year of color, I decided this would be fitting. And I just used different brushes and played around, and this is my end result. And I did some highlighting and shading. And coloring digitally, like with this pen, is not as easy as it looks. It's actually kind of hard, and it takes just as much time as if you colored in with your regular coloring book. It's a little more convenient because then you don't have to get out all your supplies. It's all in your digital thing. And you can use the back arrow if you make a mistake. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, it was kind of a fun little experiment. I used Tiffany Color's video on how to color in Procreate to help me through this process. And this is kind of how it turned out. And then I also did, that was in January. And then I also did this one in January. And this one's from Rate Prints. And this was a lot more simple. I started to get the idea of what to do and how to create like color palettes so that I had all my colors and that I wouldn't have to try to find them again. And that was a tip I got from Tiffany Colors as well. And it took a while to get this done, but I found this really rewarding in the end because I couldn't print off my PDFs at the time. And I think this is a great way if you have PDF pages that you have purchased and you have an iPad. I don't think you can get Procreate through like a Samsung tablet. I think you can only get it through an iPad. And you would want to have a pencil, an iPad pencil, to help you color these images. And this one I started because I thought it would be really fun for Valentine's Day and never got back to it. But as you could see, like you have your coloring image as a layer, and then layer 2 is actually your coloring. And with my colors, these are the colors that I had been using, and I had saved these greens down here so that when I went in, I can just select this one for now. When I went in to color these leaves, just kind of showing you, hopefully it's not too big, I can just color in the leaves very carefully like this. And like I said, it takes just as much time because it's not like you can just tap it and it fills in, because if you go over, you're going over, just like if you were using a regular pencil. And if I want to shade it, I can take that dark green that I saved and I use the noise brush and I can just do some shading like that. And then from far away, it looks like it's shaded. And if I'm doing highlights, I might take a white and just do a little bit on the top, like that. And that's all. And this is, this artist is this one right here, Chihiro Shiomi. And she has an Etsy shop, and I have lots of her PDFs. They're extremely detailed, but really beautiful. But like I said, they take a while, but I do appreciate Tiffany Colors kind of doing the video on how to do this. And I actually talked to her on Instagram, and she helped me solve some questions that I had in my head. So I got those 2 colorings done, and I have that one started. But yeah, that's what I have going right now on the iPad. Let's see here. Let's try to start from January, shall we? Maybe we'll start with these little books. See, where are we in the screen? Oh, it seems so dark. Okay, so I had to change my video because it adjusted to the light of the iPad, so I changed it so that we can see our images in these coloring books better. In January, I worked in Comfy Days by Coco Wyo. This is a nice, easy, simple coloring book. And I did this one. And I kind of felt like it was like spring cleaning. Kind of. Like they're getting out their stuff. It's still winter because there's a snowman outside. And this is alcohol markers. I did a texture just on this wall because I didn't know if I liked it. And I didn't know if I wanted to carry it onto this wall. And I did some pencil shading. I believe it was pencil. Yeah. And I just kind of had fun with it, and this is how it turned out. So a little bear and a little duck, and then the little snowman outside. And then I also worked in the Sweethearts coloring book by Vivi Tinta, and I did this one. This one I had a little more fun with. There's a lot of sparkle on this one. We have two little dogs. They're kind of like in a floral shop, and I kind of guessed that this was the daughter and this was the mom, and maybe this is their floral shop. And as you can see, I did lots of little dots to create texture in their fur. When I originally did her, before I did the mom, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I screwed this up. I really messed this up. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go with it. And then I did the mom the same. And I think it turned out really cute. Especially since I didn't do anything crazy for the wall. I just colored it straight. It makes them look better, I think. And you can see the kind of sparkle on the table. I used a Jelly Roll Stardust that was the same color as the tablecloth. And I just made little swirls. So it kind of has a sparkly appearance. And then all the roses have a little bit of glitter because sparkle makes everything better. And yeah, I did some texture in the grass. And then I added my own clouds in the sky. So yeah, that's how that turned out. I thought it turned out really cute. And this is basically Ohuhu markers and Cali Art markers. They're pretty much my go-to markers lately. Let's see. That's a whip. Oh, I guess I could show you this. So I am doing drawing the timeline with Coloring Biker Mama, and I did both months, January and February. So these were past ones. This one was January's, the William Sanford. I don't know if you guys are getting a glare, but hopefully not too bad. And I used blues, and then this is, I put some glitter Winkastella behind him, but you can't really see it too well. But I kind of kept it for just like a general color palette. And then in February was the Derwent guy. And this is how I colored him, with a little bit of rainbow, but very neutral on his outfit. And he's a gray kitty. These actually don't take me that long, so I've been enjoying coloring these, and I've kept up the pace. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have already done 5 in this little series, and so far so good, which is a good thing. Let's see. I can show you. Those are whips. I'll show you those in a second. I wanted to start a project in this book for myself. This is called Coloring Book of Flowers and Sweet Girls. And this is, I think this is a Japanese book. Not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure that's Japanese. Or it could be Chinese. I think this one is done by Dada Mao. But I can't remember for sure. But what I want to do is, since I'm doing like my pencils of the month, I want to use them to color in this book. And this is kind of how it looks. Has all these little chibis to start out with. And this is the page that I did. So it has like the dress on this side, and then it has the girl on the opposite side. And this is the one I did for January. I didn't get one done in February, but that's okay. I used the Derwent Coloursoft and the Spectrum Noir pencils on this page. Plus, I did have some alcohol marker base right here on her hair and her skin and the purple flowers, but everything else was pencil. And then I did an acrylic marker on the background and did some stenciling. And this actually was a really fun project to do because I actually don't see this book very often. So it gave me imagination to go with it. And I actually looked up these flowers, which is called the balloon flower, and they are purple. They are light purple. So that's why I colored them the way I colored them. And I didn't have many color options in the Spectrum Noir pencils, but I had a lot of green, and so that's why her dress is green. Yeah, I think it turned out really well, and the green worked great with her like reddish hair color. Yeah, I really liked working in this. And this is a sewn in book, so yeah, there's lots of girls in here. Look, this one right here would be fun for St. Patrick's Day. Maybe I should flag this one for St. Patrick's Day. I'm not going in order. I was just picking one at random to do. So we'll flag that one for St. Patrick's Day. So there's that. I did work in my big project book that I have a big color along group going with. This is the Erie book. It's World Heritage Journey Through Time. And we call ourselves the Erie Time Travelers. And basically, we're the person in this book traveling through time, and we're working front to back. And I really wanted to get this started because I had, you know, so many other things going. I hadn't even gotten started. So I was like, okay, I need to finally start my page. And this is my intro page here. Let's see if we can get this all in here. So originally there's writing here and writing in here, but I used collage techniques to cover mine up. And I used Prisma, even though my pencils of the month weren't Prisma, just because I like Prismas in my Erie books. And this door with all the clocks on it, I thought would be a great time traveling door. So I added it to my page. And then these are maps, and they're actually washi tape, like a really wide washi tape. And I just added them like they were posters to this cover. And then I covered the words that were still showing up with just white acrylic paint. So I didn't have to worry about doing the background or anything, and keeping it still pretty simple, but really pretty. And the reason why I put the wax paper in here is because it is Prisma, and I didn't want it to rub off because I didn't know if I wanted to spray this with fixative, because I didn't know what would happen to the washi tape or everything I glued down. So yeah, originally she had a bird right here, but I had to cover up the bird to make room for the door. And this bird, I was able to incorporate him in front of the map. And I like the color palette I chose for this. Nice and easy and pretty. Yeah, I'm really proud of myself for doing this. One of my favorites. Sorry, I bumped the camera. But I'm going to put that back in there so it's nice and safe. The next page in the book is this one, which is the ballroom, and it's going to be incredibly detailed, incredibly labor intensive, but I have some ideas. At Christmas time, I was like, I'm going to make this a Christmas scene, but since it's not Christmas anymore, I think I'm going to change it and do something different. So yeah, this is my next feat. It's going to be that. And then after that will be these pages, and then so on. And so, yeah, in the group, we're just working in order in this book and kind of taking the time traveling journey together from front to back. Speaking of front to back, let me show you my back to front book. So I have a hashtag for this book. We are working back to front. And this is Maria Troll's Universum, or Universe coloring book. And it's a hardbound book. And I wanted to make sure I got it done at least in January, so that at least I got it started, right? And I've seen a lot of incredible pages from just amazing people. I have loved every minute of seeing your pages on Instagram. Now, I haven't colored the dragon. I did color this little dragonfly. And I need to do these butterflies. I mean, they don't take very long, but I thought this is a great way to test out those pencils too. And I have done this last page, which is the teapot page. And originally I started recording this and was going to do it on film for you guys, and the camera messed everything up and I couldn't save it. It has Neo colors in the background, and I wanted to do like this light blue turquoisey teapot. And after I did it, it had lots of streaks and it was bothering me, so I added polka dots to it to cover up my whoopsies. And yeah, and then I'll do this one, which several people have done this one, and we're just working our way through. I think this one would be very easily done. I'm not sure if I'm going to match this one or not, but this one is a perfect one for springtime. So, and same with this one. It would be nice to get this one done and this one done for March, if I can. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, if you have Maria Troll's Universe coloring book and would like to join me in the back to front coloring, we're just coloring from the back page to the front. Kind of go at your own pace. I'm not really like assigning certain pages per month. Some people can get a lot done. Other people like to take it slow, and that's fine. That works for me. What works for you? So yeah, this is a really beautiful book, and I think it's a great way to get in touch with more of Maria's beautiful artwork. The next one is a whip. So this is a buddy color, and this is a whip in Daydreams. I started it in January, and yeah, I haven't finished it, but I will show you what I have going, and hopefully, this whip is just a long-term whip, so it's not that one, but it's this one right here. So this is very much Jamie collaging. The background looks like letters, and so I kind of interpret it as love letters, and they're torn up love letters, and they're all around this girl that's flying with a key and her bird to start off a new adventure in life. And I thought that these quotes seemed fitting. Be kind to yourself. You deserve happiness. Dream big, do bigger. And I'm going to color her in similar color palette to the letters in the background. But yeah, I kind of went around her with some paint to kind of give her a little bit of a painted out look, because I couldn't get the letters right up next to her. So that's why I just did the best I could. And it was like really hard to get in with this key and stuff. So yeah, originally right here in the picture, there was flowers and I just covered them up. But yeah, this is going to be a project book with Julian at Art, and who else? Who else is doing this with us? is it Veronica? I can't remember. I will put on screen who's doing the buddy colors in this book with us. At first it was just me and me and Julianne. And then someone wanted to join us. So I'll put their names that is doing this with us. And I believe I told them that I had started this one, and so they want to work on this one too, so that we are all kind of in the same place. But that's kind of where I am in Daydreams. So they are whips. And then another one I started in January was In Dream Coloring, book for kids. And I wanted to test out the pencils that I had basically got for the random pencils of the month. And I started this page. And this is just the page that was calling to me. And it's like a fisherman. And yeah, I just thought it was fun. And I know that Coloring with Maya has colored in this book, and she does really good work. And so I thought I would give it a try. And yeah, this is how it came out. I have a Spectrum, is that Spectrum Noir? No, that Sparkle Pop glitter gel pen on that to give some shine. And I wanted to kind of keep it at a certain color palette because I was so limited in my color options for the Spectrum Noir colored pencils. But now that it's a whip and I can come back to it, I may add more colors to it. We'll see. I don't know if this will be an abandoned whip or one that I want to finish. We'll see what happens. But I did add it to my whip list. Now we're going into February. And I already showed you the one in Drawing the Timeline. I have one in Dragon Dreams by RJ Hampson. And this is a buddy color with Cindy on Instagram. I haven't received Cindy's page, but I'll show you mine. This is the page that she picked. And it has roses. I put a B for buddy color so I'd remember. And I kind of went with the rainbow palette, and I used alcohol marker base. And RJ Hampson is actually one of the colors I'm focusing on for the year of 2025. So I was so glad to get into this book. And I've added glitter, and I shaded with the pencils. I think I shaded with the Schpirerr Farben pencils. And I've added some, the glitter is the not the Spectrum. Yeah, that glitter gel pen I just told you. Can't even think. You know, these guys, the Sparkle Pop ones. Yeah. Oh, it's late. Give me, oh, it's getting to me. And I know these are kind of funky colors, but I really liked it. And after I colored it, then I blended out my colors better with the Schpirerr Farben pencils. And then I created this texture effect in the background by using my alcohol marker blender. And yeah, I really love how it turned out. I'm really proud of myself for doing this. I don't do dragons very often, but I think this turned out really well. So yeah. The next one I have is this one, which is the Cozy Spaces book by Coco Wyo. I'm part of a group that works in Cozy Spaces every month, or I try to work in it every month if I can. They do great, and me, if I can do it, great. If I can't, oh well. But I managed to get the one done. Oh, this is in January, right? Or was this one in February? I don't remember. But I managed to get one of them done. And it was this one. And it, yeah, I have rainbow. Again, Yeah, this is for February because I also used it for Candace's hashtag for the tiny town because the theme was friendship, and I thought these little mice looked like they were friends. And so, yeah, I thought it was good. And then I have another one flagged. This was the one that was for January, and I didn't get to it, but I got this one done. This was really cute. Very simple, alcohol markers, a little bit of gel pen, and that's all. I just kept this really simple coloring, and it's very effective. All right. Another artist that I'm trying to focus on for the year of 2025 is Gabby Wolf. This is Tiny Town. And what I do is I try to pick one from each one of the artists that I'm focusing on and try to work in one of their books every month if I can. And I managed to get the R.J. Hampson, and I managed to get one in Gabby Wolf. And the one that I chose in here is this one, the Camera Shop. And I chose it because it has a bear, and I had the bear prompt for the Wild Year of Color. And this is alcohol marker, and there's glitter on here. And I didn't know really what color palette I wanted to go with. I just did it fun and bright. I feel like I was watching something, some kind of cartoon at the time with my kids, and this is just what came out. And I did shade this with pencils a little bit, but it's not drastically shaded with pencils. It's just like I used a yellow pencil to highlight the leaves and a white pencil to kind of go over this a little bit to add some cheeks to him. But it's pretty much just alcohol marker. And this is a pretty simple book. Like, yeah, if you're curious about this book, it's like those simple books that you see. Lots of cute pages. So I did this Camera Shop. I could have added like glossy accents and all that stuff, but I thought it was fine the way it was. Very cute and fun. So Tiny Town from Gabby Wolf. Another uncolored book that I got to. Whoa. Maybe I just need to take these out of the basket. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. Make life a lot easier. All right, this one I might bring up to the camera a little bit. I'm part of the Enchanted Faces group by Emma Colors, and she asked me to choose a couple pages for the month of February, and I did, so I kind of felt like I needed to color those since I chose them, and I did accomplish both of them. And this is by Hannah Lynn, by the way, and this is the pocket-sized edition. And the first page that I did was this one. If I can get her in. I don't know if you can see her very good. But she's very Valentine-y. And I gave her purple hair, shaded her with pencils, which by looking at it, I think they were the Schpirerr Farbens. Yeah, I think so. And I have Jelly Roll Glaze. I can definitely tell that because it's risen. And I've used Spectrum Noir glitter brush pen for the glittery bits. And this is washi tape right here. So yeah, that's how she came out. She's really pretty. And she's a fairy, so for February. I don't know who does that hashtag, but I made sure to do some fairies. And I also did this one. And this is how this one came out. She's a mermaid, but she's holding a love letter. And when I originally colored her like marker based her. I thought, oh, I screwed this up. And then I shaded her with the Cezanne Colored pencils. And as you can see, she turned out pretty cute. And she has acrylic paint pen on there too, just because I wanted to like do the pearls and yeah. And as you can see, the alcohol marker. And my go-to alcohol markers for the last couple months have just been the Ohuhu and the Cali Art, because I don't have a full set of Ohuhus, so I kind of use the Cali Arts to supplement where I can. I started this new thing called Maylee's Pick, which is my daughter. My daughter's name is Maylee, and she can go in my collection of books, pick any book, any page, and I will color it for her that month. And for the month of February, she picked this book, which is Bolus de Polis, or whatever. I'm sure I said that wrong. And these are by Diane Defoe. I'm sure I said her name wrong too. But she picked this page. I can take these out now. All right, so she loves dogs, so that's probably why she picked this page. And her favorite colors are purple, pink, and blue. So that is why I went with it. But it also works for Valentine's Day too, because of purple and pink. So I made one dog purple and one dog pink. And the road that they're walking on is blue. And then I have like a pinky background. And I've used a little bit of glitter here and there. And I added more texture to his fur with acrylic paint pen. You can see that. And the pencils that I used were the Schpirerr Farben and the Cezanne. I used both. So yeah, I tried to use the technique where you use Crayola Super Tips and you color it and then you activate it with water on the page. Yeah, that doesn't work too well. I wish I would have used it on a palette. I think I can fix this though, so yeah, I'm not too worried. So every month from now on, you guys will get to see a Maylee's Pick. And it's basically, I'm letting my daughter pick a page from a book in my collection, which is a very fun thing to do. I have a Woodland Kingdom coloring book. And this is a project book with Sherry and, Christina and Sherry on Instagram. Christina has a coloring channel. It's Christina's Art Corner. And Sherry is just our friend on Instagram. And we've been working on this book as a project book. And this page was a labor of love. I mean, I'll show it to you in a second. But after I was done, I had so many markers, pens, and pencils all over my table because the amount of work done in this double page spread, yeah, it was a lot of work. I thought, oh, this is going to be easy. It's single-sided. I'll just use markers. Yeah, it was quite a project. Give me a little flag. Here it is right here. So we've got, this part is the easy part. It was all this. I didn't realize I had this many greens. You can see I have some sparkle and I have some metallic. And the trick about this page is there's no clear separation between land and sky. So I started coloring land with marker, and then I kind of got to these end trees, and I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? So I popped out my Neocolor 2s, and I don't really have that great of color range, so I have to mix. Because I have your basic colors, so I have to mix to try to get the color right. And so I kind of used the green, and then I kind of integrated the blue. So the blue and the green are Neocolors. This is, a lot of it is alcohol marker. as you can see. And if I could shade with alcohol marker, I did. I didn't use, well, I guess I didn't use any pencils. I mainly just used pens and markers. A lot of Bic Ultrafines, a lot of gel pen. And after I colored this mountain, I thought, oh, that's supposed to be snow. Oops. That's my volcano. That's what I'm going to go with. And I guess this looks more like summertime. Maybe they're floating into summer. Who knows? But there's lots of glitter and fun. And this works for my hashtag as well because there's a bear in this page as well for the wild year of color. And yeah, it's turned out amazing. The other girls did an amazing job. And if I can figure out how to add their pages in here, I definitely will. They're pretty much just amazing. Christina did some purple stuff, which was awesome. And I always love how Sherry's come out. They just are always beautiful. So delicate and beautiful. So yeah, that is Woodland Kingdom coloring book. All right. Tiny Worlds Fairy Homes. So this is an untouched book. And it was a brand new book to my collection. And since it was fairies, I thought it was fitting for the month of February. And I wanted to do something really bad in here so it wouldn't intimidate me and it just end up on the shelf. So I decided to go with this. All right, I thought this was fitting for Valentine's Day because it's called Fluttering Hearts Fairy Refuge. And all I've used here are different alcohol markers and pens and blended them together. No pencils at all. And even this watercolor look in the background, they had this design on this side, but I added this one on this side so it looked even. That's done with alcohol markers. So you use a light blue and then you take your alcohol marker blender, the brush tip, and you kind of dab it. And at first you're like, okay, this isn't working. But when it dries, it gives you this watercolor look. It looks really cool. And this paper works fabulous with alcohol markers. See, look at the blends that I got in the grass. Like I said, I only used alcohol markers. And I really like my fairies. I think they're adorable. This also worked for Happy Catastrophes little friendship prompt for the tiny town because it's kind of a tiny town and it's fairies. I love this page. I love how it turned out. I used some acrylic paint pens. Yeah, one of my favorites of the month. And the glitter on their wings is the Spectrum Noir glitter brush pen. And to get to the fine things, I use like fine liners and Bic Ultrafines and things like that. But this turned out great. If anything, it makes me want to color in this book again. But you can see how detailed these are. But the paper came out fabulous. So I was pleasantly surprised with this book. And then my last one is a whip and a buddy color. And it's in the Rita Berman compilation book. There's the title for you. And I'm not going to even try to attempt to read it because I know I'll read it wrong. And this one is with Erica, and I believe it was Veronica that did the buddy color with us. And both of them have finished and did amazing work. And yeah, I haven't finished yet, but you can see where I'm going with it. So we decided to do this castle page. And as soon as I saw this castle page, I thought, oh, it's the Arendelle castle from Frozen. I feel like I have a shadow, guys. I'm so sorry. Let me see if I can move us closer to the light so we don't have so much of a shadow. And I was using the Mitsubishi Uni pencils on this page. And I've collaged these guys in. There used to be a giant snowflake right here. I just kind of put them over the snowflake. And I don't have much to do to finish it. The other girls, I believe, colored this too. But this is as far as I got. I have my pencils out to finish this. Like, I have them in a little tin. I just need to come back and finish this. And then I can have it done for March. But yeah, I want to thank those lovely ladies for buddy coloring with me. Sorry I didn't get it finished. But yeah, I got it started. And I think it's going to turn out really cute in the end. All right, so that is the end of my completed pages. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you like my little pencil review thing that I'm going to start doing. And I pulled a ton of things to do next month. Will I get them done? Probably not, but it's fun to have options, right? Next month is going to be the theme for the Wild Year of Color is monkey, so to color monkeys. And then the movie of the month is The Never-Ending Story. And then I have the back to front, of course, in Maria Troll's universe. And I have my eerie coloring group as well. But I do have plenty of project books with many people out there. And as you can clearly see, I didn't get tons done. But yeah, I hope to at least get to those project books and work as much as I can in them. If I finish the page, great. I think the thing that I like about project books is if you don't complete it that month, it's okay. Like the daydreams, it's okay because it's a project book. And then we can just carry it on, and when everybody finishes the page, then we can go on to the next page. So that's why I kind of like project books. It doesn't have as much pressure as like the monthly body color. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a fabulous day and you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know. I probably will be doing an updates video very soon. I'm thinking about making some changes to the channel and maybe taking a social media break for a little while. And I just don't know exactly when I want to do it, but I think I need to do it for my mental health. And yeah, I think we all get to that point where you need a little bit of a breather. And yeah, I'm still here, but you know, I'll just be in the sidelines, I guess. And I'll still be watching all of your incredible content. And I will see you guys next video. And I'm still doing my shelf by shelf collection, but it may be put on hold if I take that social media break. So I hope you guys understand. Have a fabulous day, night, evening, whatever it might be in your neck of the woods. Bye, friends.